Hey guys, what's up? In this video, I'm super excited to talk about how you can integrate Claude Code directly with Figma, and anything you create with Claude Code can actually be now easily be converted to your Figma design files or basically being brought back. So you previously had one flow where you can take designs from Figma to Claude, but you can now go back and forth as well. So let's go ahead and have a look at how that is done. First of all, you obviously need to go ahead and install Claude Code. Now, Claude Code can actually work directly in the cloud desktop application as well, but I would highly recommend using the CLI as well, which a lot of designers like myself don't really like using, but it's really easy to work with. You're just going to go ahead and copy this for Windows or for Mac or for Windows, depending on where you're actually doing it. And once you're done, I'm just going to go back. Once you're done, you can just go into any folder that you want to, let's say, build your project files in. And you can just go ahead and say Claude. Once you say Claude, you're going to see something like this. Hey, welcome back, Asad, and stuff along those lines. So that basically means that Claude is installed. Once you have that done, there's another thing that you need to do. The next thing that you need to do is you need to install the Figma MCP. So I've already installed it. I'm not sure if installing it again would do anything or would break something, but let's go ahead and actually just try to install it. So as you can see, it says, hey, the Figma MCP server is already installed. So that's the second thing that you need to do. The third thing that you need to do is you need to come on this page, and I'm going to actually share all of these three links so you don't have to think about it that much, and just copy this particular code, which is Claude Code plugin installation. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that as well. Again, I've already done that. I'm not sure if it's going to do that again. Okay, never mind. It did that again for whatever reason, but okay, it's done. Now, once we've done that, we can actually go ahead and run Claude. And one thing that I sometimes like to do, especially if I'm working with trusted tools, is I can basically say dangerously skip permissions. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, but for this YouTube video, I'm doing that so that it doesn't ask me all the time for things that, hey, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to do that? So it's bypassing permissions. And let's go ahead and now do something. So I'm going to go ahead and create a, let's say, dashboard design. Create a dashboard design for a, let's say, a dental management system. And we're also going to use, let's say, Shad CN. And let's see what it does. Now I'm going to speed this video up because I don't want you to wait for it to do everything. Okay, so it has actually gone ahead and created this file, dental-dashboard.html. And I'm just going to ask it, run it in the browser, just so I can actually see it. Obviously, I can just go ahead and run the file directly. Actually, it opened it up in a separate window or my separate desktop on the site. So here is my file. And this is the dental dashboard. And I think it looks okay. Obviously, we can keep on working on it, keep on iterating on it and improve the UI, but it's a good start, I guess. So once we have that, now we can just, if we want it in a Figma file, like this is my Figma file, like I'm just going to rename it to dental dashboard. And I can actually, let's just open it side by side. So let's open it side by side. Let's go ahead and actually remove all of the UI. And I'm going to go ahead now import the design directly inside this particular file. I'm just going to copy the link by pressing Command L, and there is the link. And once I basically just do that, it's going to take the design or the developed page or dashboard that we have in our HTML file. Obviously, it can potentially be a React file as well, and bring it directly into our design file that we've actually sent it. So let's have a look and see what it does. So as you can see now, it says sending to Figma directly here, and it says asks me to open the file, but I don't have to open it. So we have these controls now that appear directly on the screen, which is pretty nice. And as you can see here, we have the design file. Now, it pretty much looks okay. Let's just go ahead and actually see how the code actually looks like, or how the structure actually looks like. So again, we have the sidebar, really nice. We have most of these things in an auto layout. And I think this is looking pretty interesting. Let's just go ahead and expand it. Okay, so it's not completely responsive, but I mean, it's okay. And the good thing about this particular thing is if we now go ahead and make certain changes, like for example, I can go ahead and I can bring this particular Dr. Rachel Hayes, like maybe I don't like it at the bottom right. Like I want to move this particular item on the top right. even though I think it was fine on the bottom right as well. But let's just go ahead and actually move it here and reduce the padding on the right because we have a lot of content here. And maybe the new appointment thing, the new appointment button can actually be on the left-hand sidebar. So let's see what's going on here. So this is an auto layout. This isn't an auto layout, so we're going to make that an auto layout. And let's just go ahead and introduce our new appointment button, create a container around it, and basically just move it to the center and also give it some padding from the bottom and the top. So we have this, and actually let's just go ahead and actually make it fill container as well and make this the content centered and actually 16 pixel all round. So we have made these certain changes here, and let's just ask Claude implement the changes I've done here to the live code. So now it's getting the screenshot. It got the image. Now it's doing some processing. And I actually forgot to paste the link. I accidentally pressed Shift Enter. I'm not sure why it actually sent that directly by Shift Enter, but let's see. Okay, so as you can see, it has done those changes. We have the button on the left. We have this on the top. Like for some reason, I can't really see, like actually, let me just see and compare. So I can't see the settings icon. The settings icon did mess up here. So there are certain things that got messed up, and obviously we can ask Claude Code to go ahead and fix them. But there you go. That's how you basically have Claude Code directly conversing with Figma in a two-way dialogue. And it is pretty interesting. But usually what a lot of people actually want to do, and for some reason they want it, and I may cover that in my next video, is they don't even want to create the designs directly in code. They just want to go to, let's say, Figma here and just start creating something directly here using Claude Code. And you can do that with a lot of different things. Like, for example, I'm just going to show you one quick way. So we have the Claude Design Assistant. Let me just pause the video and paste it. So I'm just quickly going to show you how to actually generate that token or the API key as well. So you can just click on Get API Key here. You have these API keys. I can go ahead and create an API key. As you can see, it obviously has some cost as well. So be cautious of that, even though I wouldn't really suggest doing this particular flow. But if you want to do it, you can just name your key. This is like Figma token or something along those lines. I'm going to add it. I'm going to copy it, and I'm just going to delete it afterwards. So there you go, that's there. I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to save it here. The API key is saved, and I can just say, hey, create a primary button component and just basically ask it to do that. And Claude is directly going to go ahead and create that primary button component. As you can see, the button component is here. And I am on this particular button component. I want to do some other changes. Like for example, add variants for different sizes, and it should be able to do that as well, though I'm not sure if like from scratch it actually does do that, but I'm not sure if it's going to do a great job here, but let's see. So I think it actually did something. So we have this particular button, and as you can see, actually let me just copy this. So this is a variant, large, medium, small. So we have again 3 variants for the sizes, and yeah, it's pretty much done that. Though I think it duplicated the button component, so we didn't really need that. So just as an instruction, when you're actually asking it to create a component library, instead of asking it things one by one, actually just ask it everything that you need in the first try, and it should be able to do a good job. Though sometimes the things that it actually messes up is if you actually have a look at it, it went ahead and basically added everything in here. So let me just go ahead and expand it. So on top of one another. So here's the small one, here's the medium one, here's that. So you can obviously go ahead and fix that if you want to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So pretty excited about the future to come. Should I start using this rigorously? Probably not. I don't think it's in the place that we actually need it. But let's say if you're creating some designs with Claude and you just want, or development, but let's say if you're actually creating some development stuff with Claude and you just want to bring those designs in, I think this is a nice way to do it as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Do subscribe, and I'll see you later in the next video.